Oh, oh, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! I hit record with with F9 and it's going at 60, 59, 60. Oh yes, it's going at a good frame rate. Good. Okay, bit of dips. Okay. Shh. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, I'm playing Risk of Rain. Never mind me. I'm playing Risk of Rain. It's a very awesome game. I like it a lot. I'm not gonna spend 15 minutes here though talking about what this game is about, so I'm just gonna start playing and then I'll talk you through what it's all about as I'm playing along. Forgive me, I just have to ensure that I'm actually recording because I never know. Yeah, it's updating. Okay, good. Okay, so I'm recording. Everything is going as it should. And let's talk about Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is a roguelike platforming game with action elements. Luckily not that much platforming because I'm terrible at platforming itself, but yeah, you have platforms, you go up and down platforms, you jump, so theoretically speaking it is a platformer as such. And being a roguelike, it's also incredibly difficult. You die a lot in this game, basically. I don't plan on dying on this run because I've played it enough to where I feel I should be able to pull out a victory. I'm playing on normal difficulty. It's called Rainstorm, I think. The easy difficulty is called Drizzle, and the hard difficulty is called Monsoon. They're obviously all referring to various weather events that involve rain. Now, as with any roguelike, the main element that's going to contribute to your victory is, well, there's leveling up first of all, which is obviously very important. Leveling up increases pretty much all of your stats, primarily health and a secondary stat, which in this case I believe is damage. Some classes get their attack speed improved when they level up. Some others, actually I'm pretty sure it's either attack speed or damage, but yeah, some more than others, obviously. Now, as with any roguelike, like I said, items that you pick up are going to be a main contributor to your survival and therefore victory. For instance, previously there I paid 25 gold, you can see gold in top left, and I bought a crowbar, which if I mouse over you can see deal bonus damage to healthy monsters. You can hear a crowbar sound as I attack these. I believe these are called the wisps. And now here I have 3 more options, and I know for a fact that this is the better option here, the Lensmaker's Glasses, which grant you a chance to do double damage. 7% chance to be exact, and double damage simply refers to critical damage. Now, that's all well, but the primary way that you're gonna get really good items is through chests. More specifically, the big ones. There are these smaller chests here that cost 25 gold on the first level, and they give decent items. I'm pretty sure all of them can give all kinds of items, but these ones, the 50s, more likely to give better items. You can see by the green outline that this is an uncommon item here, reducing combat damage of 14%. That is a useful item. Now, that's pretty much the extent of the gameplay of Risk of Rain when it comes to the roguelike elements that it offers. Now, when it comes to the platforming elements, I have movement, jump, simple as that, and 4, oh that's a good item, it's Smart Shopper, enemies drop extra gold. 4 skills with cooldowns, a bit like World of Warcraft or something that you can see in the bottom of the screen. My main skill is called Double Tap, shoots twice, and it has no cooldown whatsoever, so it is easily spammable. My second skill, the best of the class that I'm using, which is called the Commando, it's one of 10 classes available at the game, or in the game rather, is called Full Metal Jacket, which is a shotgun that shoots through an infinite line of enemies, potentially infinite. Well, it has basically no upper limit to how many enemies you can shoot through at the same time, and it does a huge amount of damage. It stuns them for a few seconds, knocks them back, and so on. Now I'm gonna climb down this invisible ladder there, which leads to this chest, and I get Energy Cell, which allows me to attack faster at lower health, which is useful. And then here I have a ukulele, which doesn't actually tell you what it does. Basically, there's a 33% chance, or rather a third chance, that you will deal an electric damage. There we can see, and it does, I'm pretty sure 50% of the regular amount of damage that you do. Well, let's see. I don't know, that did 21, and then did 9 damage. So that's a little bit less than half, but the numbers are obviously down to a random selection. So that's your kind of fighting style. And the nice thing is that every class is very, very different from each other. Like the bandit, for example, is a very hard-hitting class, and I'm probably going to unlock the bandit on this run through. And it's one of my favorite classes. The biggest problem with most of the classes, in my opinion, is that they stand still while they're attacking. There's a class in particular called the Huntress, which gets around that problem, but I'm not going to unlock her, I guarantee it. Or at least not on this particular run. Now, this is an imp shrine. It releases 5 tiny imps there. They're very weak. You have to kill them within a certain amount of time and you get some items. For instance, both of those items there granted me extra regeneration abilities. One in the form of regenerating faster when I'm out of combat, called the Sprouting Egg. And the other one called the Bustling Fungus, which regenerates faster if I stand still for 2 seconds or longer, of course. Of course, standing still does mean not attacking as well, so that causes some problems. Anyway, so far I'm just kind of killing enemies. But I have not mentioned the thing that causes Risk of Rain to be as difficult as it is, and it's something you can see in the top right of the screen. It's a timer, and that timer is obviously ticking. It's going up, and the higher that number is, the higher the difficulty of the game. Ooh, hello Sommerang. Hello. Oh, I'm not sure which one is better. I prefer the Sommerang. Basically, the Sommerang, you use it and throws a saw that does a lot of damage and bleeds enemies it comes in contact with, whereas the other one causes you to summon a shadow partner, which basically mimics every move, so you do twice as much damage. But it's only for 15 seconds, and I just prefer the high damage and bleed damage that the Sommerang does. Yeah, but that timer in the top right increases the difficulty, like I said, so you may think that it would be a good idea to keep killing enemies, you know, getting more gold, getting more levels, and in a way it is, if you know what you're doing, but at the same time it can also cause your own untimely death. So, strangely, it might seem a bit counterintuitive, but I actually think that it's easier to challenge the teleporter as soon as possible, because the goal in any level, as you can see in the bottom of the screen, is to find the teleporter, activate it, and that causes a gauntlet of enemies to appear for 90 seconds as well as a boss. So clear both of those things until there's no life left on the level and you can proceed to the next level. So 7 minutes and 37 seconds. That is too long, too long. I should have activated this at 3 minutes at most. Well, let's challenge the first level boss. So far my selection of items is pretty good. Definitely enough to pull out a victory against the Colossus here, which I'm not sure where it'll be. It'll probably be up top here. It's a fairly big enemy, as the title would suggest. Or the name, rather. There it is. And I'm gonna kill these guys first. I'm taking quite a bit of damage, but it's fine. Thanks to Full Metal Jacket, as you can see, whole lines of enemies can get completely decimated. It really is one of the best attacks at your disposal. And thanks to the energy cell that I got, because I'm low health, I'm shooting much quicker than before. So that is obviously a large benefit. You can kill enemies off screen, any distance, as you can see. So I'll wait until the timer runs out and then I'll challenge the boss. It does have quite a bit more health than most level 1 bosses I'm used to having. Alright, that sentence wasn't constructed very well. Basically, the idea, what I was trying to say is that because I activated teleporter later than usual, the boss has more health than I'm used to, so I don't want to get in a bad situation. It's also summoning smaller rock golems there, I think they're called. Well, let's toss the Sommerang and then use the Full Metal Jacket. There you go, that's a good quarter of his health gone. And thanks to the Lensmaker's glasses, I'm occasionally doing twice as much damage. You can see the damage numbers. When a damage number is red, that means it's a critical hit. Ooh, hello Monster Log. Rock Golem, yeah, I got it right. Monster logs are basically just, well, they're what you might think. They're just information on enemies that you kill. Occasionally they will drop, and it's very, oh yes, Happiest Mask, nice. Okay, I'll talk about the Happiest Mask later. I'll just talk about monster logs for a moment. Monster logs, they're dropped when you kill an enemy, or sometimes when you kill an enemy. If they were dropped every single time you kill an enemy, it would be awesome, but sometimes when you kill an enemy, a monster log drops, and that basically just gives you information on that particular enemy, its average amount of health, and so on. And you can view those in the main menu. And when you collect 15 monster logs, you also unlock the Huntress, which I mentioned earlier. And she's arguably one of the best classes in the game for single player, because there's also a local and online multiplayer, which is cool. And let's go. Now I'm gonna move on to level 2, and I'm gonna also talk about what the Happiest Mask does. Killing an enemy summons a ghost. That's not always true. There are some enemies that don't summon ghosts. Example would be the flying jellyfish. But yeah, let me demonstrate what that does. This enemy has an enormous amount of health, but we're fine. I'm safe here. And it's a bit cheap killing enemies like this, but it's a difficult game. There you go. See, now that ghost is trying to shoot this rock golem here, which I should point out, colored enemies are known as, what do you call them? Elites, I think. And they're basically just stronger enemies. Some of them can heal, some of them shoot rockets, which are always the worst. But yeah, as you can see, those ghosts are attacking, and the ghosts cannot be attacked except if they are attacked by the ukulele, which I have myself. So you might have noticed earlier as I was shooting my ghost, sometimes damage numbers would pop up because I was actually injuring it, so you gotta be careful. But the Happiest Mask is incredibly useful when you activate the teleporter, because huge swarms of enemies appear and you can just kill a ton of them by summoning ghosts, which you're going to do anyway. Gonna grab another pair of glasses. That's just gonna add another flat 7% chance of critical hits. But yeah, as you can see, these jellyfish are not summoning ghosts when I kill them. Yeah, that's pretty much, you know, how Risk of Rain plays. It's you go down each level. I say go down to used to playing with the Binding of Isaac. You go, well, exactly, you teleport. You don't go either up or down, or maybe you do, but it's not shown. You go to each level, one after the other, pick up items, and well, I don't see any way to get up there. Yeah, I do actually. But considering the teleporter is right there, and there are 2 large chests here, which now cost all of 211 gold, so yeah, stuff gets expensive quick. I might just want to activate the teleporter, because that's going to give me an enormous amount of gold for doing so. Timekeeper Secret, that is not a very good item. You would think that it is. Basically, if you get down to very, very, very low health, the time freezes for a few seconds so you can get your bearings, but really it doesn't serve anything, it doesn't serve any purpose but to tell you, hey, you're about to die. So yeah, I don't like it. I don't mind that, but it's a used item and I prefer the Somerang. Now, I'm predicting that this is going to be the Ancient Wisp, and it was. And again, don't worry, I'm not like cheating or anything to tell which boss I'm going to fight, it's just, it's a very common boss for the second level. Now let's just, it's a very good thing that it's actually on this platform, because as I kill enemies on here, they're gonna fight the boss. Unfortunately, most of them are jellyfish, so they're not actually gonna summon ghosts, which is a problem. Bit of a sticky situation, it would seem, but I'm actually fine. Full Metal Jacket is what it is. It kills enemies so quick. There you go, now I have a swarm of ghosts to help me. And my nose is getting all weird, which is why I'm talking weird as well. I never understood why Evolution decided that it would be a good idea to make it so your nose can affect the way you talk. Ooh, hello, Legendary Spark, that's a good one. And I also got an achievement for surviving a boss at very, very low health, which was admittedly thanks to the fact that I have the Timekeeper's Secret, so I must give it some credit. despite talking frankly shit about it. Now Legendary Spark is pretty good. Occasionally, let me see if I can show that. There you go, see those purple flames that show up sometimes? It's a very small chance, but they do a lot of damage when they appear, so it's quite nice to have, especially against bosses. It's like a 4 or 6% chance for them to appear. Not 5, because I would remember if it was 5. Quite a lot of enemies left on screen, and I just now remember that there was a chest that I wanted to grab. Okay, it has to be a higher percent than 4 or 6. They're appearing very, very often. Maybe a 14 or 16% chance, you know. Now these are imps, these things. I call them devils because that's what they make me think of, but they're called imps according to the game, so you know, that's what we're gonna call them. Ouch. Extremely low health. Play this for a small bit. Nice. Another one. So that's gonna be a total of a 12% chance. No, sorry. That's a 21% chance. That's a very good chance of doing critical damage. So, from what I can tell, it's entirely reasonable to assume that I'm gonna win this run. But then again, I'm not exactly the best player you will find at this game. I'm just fairly knowledgeable, I guess. I know what stuff does for the most part. And I've taken to memory, of course, some of the information about particularly good items. I have not taken to memory information about the boxing gloves though, because they're pretty worthless as far as I'm concerned. Occasionally they knock your enemies back, which is nice. In fact, it's incredibly good, but they do that so sporadically, and they do it differently from the normal kind of knockback that you might be used to on something like Full Metal Jacket, so it can, for the most part, just be frankly quite useless. Still, it is there, and it has the potential to be helpful, you know, if I'm getting swarmed by enemies and then I attack them and they get knocked back, because they do get knocked back quite a long way, so at least it is there. It's just the fact that I would have preferred to get quite a few different things, except, like, other than that. Like, if I'm going to get an uncommon item, which is what the green outlined items are, I'm not going to think, hey, I really need the boxing gloves right now. If this was me from my second run through the game, I definitely would have said that, but this is me from my probably 100th run of this game, so my knowledge differs. In my opinion as well. Mostly my knowledge, though. Really, an opinion is formed through knowledge, so I basically state the same thing twice, just differently. And that's level 2 completed with relative ease. Never mind the fact that I nearly died. Ooh, nice, the frozen tundra. And the spiller is broken, which makes me think that the bridge is probably broken as well, which is a problem because it means that I'm not going to be able to access the Boar Beach. But now I'm getting ahead of myself, you know. Let's just keep going. Now you can see small chests are starting to cost a lot. That's 173s for a single small chest, which is how much, like, trying to do math. I'm not good at doing math while I'm doing something else. I could have got 7 of them on the first level for about that same price. So it's quite expensive. No, not 7 of them, that's way too much. I don't know. I could have got a bigger amount of small chests for the same price on the first level. And the second one as well, but never mind. Ah, those stupid kind of mechanical crab things are very, very annoying. I'm just gonna go for the teleporter, which I'm assuming is gonna be up here, but the bridge is broken, I think. So the Boar Beach is not gonna be available. The Boar Beach is kind of a secret level that you can access from here, which is useful because you can get an item that you can't get anywhere else in the game there. But yeah, the Boar Beach would normally be accessible from over here, and it isn't here. So unfortunately, no luck there. It's also a place where you can farm items infinitely, but I'm not the sort of person to do that. Or maybe I am, and I'm just not feeling the urge to do that today. Actually, I don't think I've ever farmed on the boar beach just because it takes too long. There's a boss that spawns every so often, and have a guess, it's actually a boar, if you didn't realize. If you didn't figure it out. But yeah, the boss appears infinitely. But it takes so long for it to appear. Oh shit, I'm about to die. Yeah, these things, I hate them so much. I'm dead. I'm not dead. Cool. Fall damage is very, very, very small in this game, which I'm thankful for. I wonder if I could get an artifact here. It's obviously available to me. Oh, I don't think I can. Let me see, I'll try. There are some items that you can find sometimes. They're called artifacts, and what they do is you can select them at the start of the game, and they basically change the way the game plays. But I fucked it up, and now I'm not gonna get an artifact. I would have found it here. At least there's the regular teleporter. I got very, very close to unlocking the artifact though, so at least I got that going for me, which is nice. Whoa. Imp Overlord, relax for a moment. You know, maybe I should have actually waited for a moment and regenerated some health. Yeah, on second thought that would have been a very, very good idea, but I did not do that, so I'm gonna die, probably. Stop spawning enemies. Let me go over here. Sprouting eggs active, because I have not taken damage in 7 seconds, which is what being out of combat means. And now let's just have the blistering fungus heal me up. Suppose I could just go for the artifact again, while I wait for everyone to spawn. And why not, let's do that. I got clothes anyway, so at least I know it's possible. Because when I first got it, I thought you needed a rusty jetpack, which is something that boosts your jump height. But I don't think that's necessary. Shit. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Killing some enemies here and there, of course. Just doing what I must. And the ghosts are hopefully going to prove themselves useful. Oh, another sprouting egg, that's very nice. I'm gonna get very, very high health regeneration then. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for the tactical dive, which is my third skill, to regenerate. Or like to cool down rather. So I can then... Whoa. So I can then use the frames of invincibility that I get from it to roll through them. And then I use the full metal jacket to blow them up. And it tends to work reasonably well. There you go. There's a few ghosts there now. There's a remaining enemies indication. As you can see, that's going down very rapidly, so... Indeed, that item has proven itself very, very useful. And I now have enough to repair the laser drone. No, I don't. Damn it. The laser drone is just a very, very good type of drone. Drones are just kind of robots, flying robots that follow you around and do stuff. But they're generally a lot more useful than what the description that I just gave them might suggest. In fact, they are some of the more useful things. They can definitely win a run for you, which is nice. Okay. No, 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 no. Okay, at least I think I think I understand how to get that artifact. Because if you hold down space while you're falling, you fall very, very slightly slower. So hopefully that'll give me the edge that I need to reach that hanging rope. Shit. Whoa. Whoa. Shit. I'm not dying. Not so an Imp Overlord, of all things. There we go. Ooh, hello, Permafrost. Chance to freeze enemies on hit. That's mildly useful, I guess. Tell you what isn't mildly useful. The fact that there's a healing enemy over there that's healing them 94 health per second, which is quite a lot. Ooh, shit. Ghosts. Ghosts. Uh-oh. Ooh. Hello. Okay, again, that might have been useful, which I don't want it to be useful because that's gonna prove me wrong. I know that's very petty of me, but if I say that something is not useful and then it proves to be useful, I just feel like an idiot. But so be it. Summoning ghosts is a very, very easy way of clearing out the last few enemies. As I think I said about 1500 times already, but I could be wrong. Oh. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. Thanks to the energy cell, I'm shooting so quickly now because I am dead. Okay, that's... Damn it. That was absolutely my fault. I have to agree with that, unfortunately. Well, that was Risk of Rain. That was my first run on this save file. And I unlocked 3 items, which is nice. Didn't even get a new character or an artifact. Oh well, better luck next time.